Hello, welcome to my channel. And here's Pookie. Say hi, Pookie. Today I'm going to paint sunflowers. I'll be using an impasto technique this time and mixing a gel medium in with my acrylic paint. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you do, please give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button if you'd like to see more of my videos. And thank you very much for watching. Say thank you, Pooks. This is what we're aiming for today, and here are some of the paints that I'll be using, most of the paints that I'll be using. They're Liquitex Basics, and there is one Grumbacher in there. I'm taking a small round and I am going to outline where my sunflowers should be. I'm using raw sienna. And I'm going to paint two sunflowers and a bud. So I think first sunflower will be here. I'm using this old brush, which has a nice sort of tufty end to it. And my paint, raw umber, is mixed with the gel medium, and I'm going to put in the center disc of the sunflower. And believe it or not, these are actually flowers, and they're tubular flowers from which the seeds form. I've been looking up sunflowers and I didn't know this at all, but the sunflower is called a composite flower because it's made up of hundreds of other flowers, hundreds of little flowers in the center, and then around the edge, what I used to call petals are actually known as pleated rays, and they don't form the seeds at all. The seeds are all formed in the center with these tubular flowers. And I'm going to do sort of a half moon down here. That's good. All my paints are mixed with the Liquitex gel medium, and I'm using a long handled small round. It's smaller than I would want it to be, but I don't want my hand to get in the way during this demonstration, so bear with me. I might have to go over these several times. I've mixed all my paints with the gel medium, and I'm using a mixture of raw sienna, cad yellow, and primary yellow, and I've sort of mixed up this dark yellow that I'm going to use as my shadow. So the way I form the petals, like I say, this is a bit small, but a slightly bigger brush would do this better. I push down and then lighten up on the pressure as I get towards the tip. That gives me a nice petal. Well, not petal, we have to call them what they're supposed to be called, which is a pleated ray. I never knew that. This is actually working better than I had thought. Further away from us, we see less and less of the pleated ray. That's pretty good. And so on this one, the petals closest to us are going to be the longest ones, the ones we see. And I'm actually doing it the other way around here, aren't I? Dragging them in. Or dragging them out. And so they'll be the longest ones. Now I should warn you right up front, I'm a very loose painter, and you won't see the detail in my work that you might in other people's. I mean, the thing to do is to look at a lot of these videos and you get a good idea of which style suits you, and form your own way of doing things. And it's pretty good actually. And this bud is actually going to be quite green until the flower forms. They're called sunflowers because evidently they follow the sun around, and they do that until the whole head of the flower, the composite flower as it's called, forms, and then they stop following the sun and they face east. Isn't that interesting? How do they tell it's east? That's what I want to know. I think that's going to be a leaf there too. Sunflowers have really small leaves, and sometimes I like to paint them with majestic leaves that go with the rest of the flower. But I won't do that today. I'll try and stick to what a sunflower actually looks like. Now I've washed my brush off and I've put some green down. I think it's called Terre Verte, and I'm going to use that as the dark shadow on my stems. And I'm using the same long handled brush as I said, because I think it's about the only long handled round that I own. And I feel that you get a better view of what I'm actually doing if my hand isn't always in the way. There's sort of a knobbly bud on the back of a sunflower. That's probably got a name, but I actually did not look that up, so I can't tell you what that might be. And I'll be adding lights, shades, let's just sort of put some green on here to get it started. And I'll show you how to do a leaf with a flat. See if I've got a long handle flat too, that would make things easier. And this bud, we'll put some green on there, dark. This is quite transparent, this paint, but I couldn't find my sap green. So we'll see how this works. Okay. I've added some white to my mixture of primary yellow and raw sienna. And I'm going to go over my petals. I might add a few extra in. I sort of pull down and twist my brush away as I get to the tip. I think that looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. I like the fluttery look of sunflower, so I if I don't like it, I go over it. I like that. I'm going to do, using the same mixture, I'm going to do this one. much more successful when I go in from the center and pull it out. And I'm going to try that again here and here. I think that's pretty good actually. I'm happy with those. Usually I would paint with more than one brush, but this one seems to be working out pretty well in this case, so I'm going to continue with it. I've added some brilliant yellow green to my terre verte to give me a sort of medium green. I like to develop my paintings all at once. I don't like to overdevelop one area at the expense of everywhere else. So I try to keep a balance. I'm not totally happy with these leaves as we go, but we'll just keep working on them, and eventually, I promise you, they'll end up as I like them anyway. You may not like them, or you may. Okay. Like I say, I'm not a very detail-oriented painter. I will dip my brush in to several paints at once and roll my brush as I'm going to get the different colours off. I think that's how the bud sort of looks. But I'm not doing a photograph, I'm doing my impression of a sunflower plant. Gonna put some light in here. Just squidging it around. And maybe there are some, oops, that should be dark. I'll put some darks. In there. That looks good, don't you think? Now, these tubular flowers where the seeds are produced, they can vary in colour, and I'm not sure why. It may be due to the fact that as it develops, the colours vary and change. I don't know enough about sunflowers to tell you, but I'm using my stubby brush, and I'm going to go around the outside. And I'm trying to indicate tubular, seedy things. I might put a bit of green in there too. What do you think? Because, you know, sometimes you sort of get green things developing along with other bits, don't you? I'm not an expert on sunflowers, so Bear with me. I think I should have left it dark at the top. Not sure. I think that's okay though. I think I'm happy with that. Now, okay. I found a long-handled brush that's a bit of a compromise. It might one time have been a filbert, but it's sort of flattish now. So I'm going to show you how I do the leaves. And I start at the tip and lightly, and then as I go around, I press down. This doesn't work very well for this brush. You need something that's quite flexible. I obviously have to go out and buy some brushes. And like I say, they're almost heart-shaped. Did you know that sunflowers represent happiness and longevity? I didn't know that. And they are also, get this, they symbolize the third wedding anniversary flower, or they are the third wedding anniversary flower. You know what? Okay, so that's how you do it. You sort of start at the tip and you press and flatten your brush as you go around. This brush isn't working. So I'm going to do these again with a short handle brush, and I don't know how well you'll see this, but hey, needs must. Okay, so I'm starting at the tip and see how the brush actually flattens. Starting at the tip and go around the other way. I'm happy with that. It's looser, that's what makes me happy with it. Starting at the tip. I might put some more paint on there. I love working with this gel medium. That's better. I think I need a few wispies on that bud. Putting in some lights. Okay, I've got an old fan brush. It's a stiff brush, bristle brush, and I'm going to use it to put in some grasses, and I'm just mixing it in with the terravert, dark terravert, and the lighter color at the same time. And I'm going to sort of flick it upwards. These sunflowers are standing in a field. I should have said that I painted my background. I forgot to tell you that. And I use it on its edge, on its side. I'm going to put in some raw sienna down the front here. I want to just the ground, and they're sort of standing against a blue sky. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I get my brush mixed in with all the colours on the palette. It pulls the painting together if you get all your colours everywhere. That's what I think anyway. Okay, could put some lighter greens in over that. I hope you can see this. I did this painting once before, but when I looked at the video of it, all you could see was my hand and arm, so I thought, well, I better look for some longer handled brushes and maybe that would sort the problem out. Now, I've taken away that nice long stem that I had, so I'm going to get my dark out, my dark terre verte, and I'm going to bring that back in. As I think sunflowers have got such a heavy head, they need that darkness and longer stem to give it some balance. I'm going to put a little darker in here. And now I'm going to work on my petals again, and I've mixed my cad yellow light with white, and I'm going to go over these. Not every single one, but just where I think the sun is lighting the petals. That's pretty good for that one. And this one, I'm going to just do the tips here that are poking up in the sun. If you try and get as many lights and shadows as you can, it gives your painting a more realistic an illusion of space. This is what the term I like to use. It gives an illusion of space. It gives you that because we're working on a two-dimensional surface. I don't think I want much more on there, maybe a little bit there. Now I'm going to put some yellow on my stems too, because they would be catching a little light on this side. And stroke some yellow on the leaves as well, give them some highlight, and on the bud. Fan brush in the yellow and give that some yellow down here. I decided my darks were not dark enough, so I've put some ultramarine blue in with my terre verte, and I'm just going to add a little darkness to my stems and some odd places on my bud, and perhaps my leaf. Under here could be darker. Maybe another one under there. And I'm going to just put a line around and make this sort of set down around the edge of the petals, maybe darker in the middle too. I'm not sure whether I made that better or worse. We'll see, but down here needs a little bit too. I don't mind getting different colours in, and I'm going to take my fan brush. I'm going to put that in the dark paint, and I'm going to suggest some mounds of earth, maybe. Don't be afraid to use your fan brush in different directions. You don't always have to use it as a grass maker, which is what I use it for most of the time. But I find it sort of can give me the idea of, I think they look a bit like rocks, don't you? And I need more light on that grass, so I'm dipping it in my brilliant yellowish green. Put some yellows in there too. Pretty happy with that, I think. I wonder if I could make those even lighter. Maybe I'll try mixing some white with the yellow to make it even paler and see what that does. You know, I'm going to do it with my palette knife. Just tip the edges. I don't know if that's done anything for it. I might try taking some of that off. take some paper towel and I'm going to wipe that off because I don't like what it did. And I'm going to take my round brush and I'm going to go over those leaves. Not bad. Just where the light's catching them. I'm not unhappy with that. I think I'm not happy with the foreground, so I'm going to take some raw sienna and I'm just going to lighten it up a bit. Which I hope sort of I don't know, but I think that looks a bit like swampland, don't you? Do sunflowers grow in swampland, I ask you? Okay, let's try more grasses. I think I just have to go over those. I think that will have to do. I like the sunflowers. So that's how I paint sunflowers. Thank you very much for watching, and next time I'll show you how I paint tulips.